there, Sandra here from CREATEINSPAIN. Now this card is inspired by a video I saw on mixed up crafts. I will leave a link down below to that. And it's basically an interactive card. Now the base piece looks a little bit intimidating. Now you need to cut out two of these. One of them, where I have the rectangle just scored in there, one of them you cut out the rectangle and you put in a piece of acetate. Now I've already got this one folded, and although it looks quite complicated, it isn't actually that bad. I found that the easiest way of getting this folded is to take a ruler. Now what you want to do effectively is pull these strips here. You want to alternate them so one goes up, one goes down, one goes up, one goes down. So I found that the easiest way of getting this to work is to thread a ruler through like so. And that keeps the ones that you don't want to mess around with at the time in one direction and gives you access to the others. So you can pull that right the way down and then just fold it over like that, and you've got your fold line. If you take it to the other side, just whip it round just so it's easier to do, and like that. Now there is a score line in the centre. What I want to do is to fold these in the other direction. Go there and in that direction and in that direction. Okay, so now you should be able to do that, and they will find their natural score lines. Yay! So these are going to be folded like so, and you want to get your bone folder and really make sure that these creases are well and truly flattened. So that's how they're actually folded. When you've done the other side, this will join onto that one there, this will join onto the other. What you do is you put some acetate in between these two layers to hold various shapes that you want to hold, and then the shapes appear to move. When you pull the card out and you pull it in, the shapes will move with them. For this card, I've gone for some very simple stamping and colouring with alcohol markers, and I've just done these little images down here. And at the back there, I found that I had a bunting stamp, so I used that a few times. But I've done it in the same colour more or less as the card, so it just looks like tonal colour. Thought it needed a little bit of something extra, so I went in with my Sakura glittery pens and just did some confetti in the background as well. Now these I stamped and cut out on the Brother Scan and Cut as well, and I just did a 2mm offset on here. To make life easier, I deliberately chose stamps that had a solid line around them just because I was trying to do it relatively quickly. So these are actually put on little strips of acetate. They come out slightly from the edges of the card here. They are put on with double-sided tape, and I have double-sided tape on top of those as well. So what I need to do now is to put the top layer on. Now this one I've also put a stamp on. The reason I put this piece in here is because when I made the card, I forgot to put the window in it. So I ended up cutting out the window by hand. Big mistake. I probably shouldn't ever do that because I'm not good at cutting with a craft knife. And I made a bit of a mess on that left-hand corner, which I didn't really like. So I thought, well, here's a good place to put a greeting, isn't it? So I'm going to put glue all the way around here on all these top edges, and then I'm going to glue everything together. I'll do one side at first and then I'll do the other side, because I know what will happen. If I try and do both sides at once, I'm going to mess it up. The easiest way of doing this is to do it with the card actually pressed flat, because otherwise you'll have great difficulty in sticking down these pieces very well. So I'm just going to put my glue here and along these little tabs that don't have anything else on. Take the other side and match it up with the corners, and with the corners still matched, press it flat. You can lift up these pieces afterwards, but if they're not pressed together, your card's not going to work very well. So go in with a pair of tweezers if need be and just lift up these strips like so. But if you look down the card, you can see that those are all glued together nicely. And if we turn it around the front way, you see the entire card. Now I can always add some extra decoration on this if I wanted to, but because I've used a pattern card, I probably wouldn't. It would overwhelm it somewhat. I think that is very nice. But it was still very simple to do. Once you get the hang of pulling out these corners, as it were, it's very, very easy, and when you move it, you get the sentiments moving along as well. Now, I think this type of card is really great for guys because you can give them something which looks good to look at without it being overly embellished and decorated. You can stick to geometric designs or more masculine colours and things. And obviously if they have cats or dogs or something like that, you can tailor it to that. Or you could even do DIY themed and that sort of thing. But I think this looks pretty good. As I said, I will link to the lady who did the original video that I saw. It's a great video that she's done. If you can't understand my instructions, have a look at hers because she explained it very well. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. Take care now.